Mayweather cannot lose to a guy who got rich by eating Legos.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 YouTuber boxing matches.
What Gibbs said. McBroom is down!
For this list, we'll be looking at the noteworthy boxing matches which saw YouTubers enter the ring and box. Which YouTube boxer do you support? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Dr. Mike vs. iDubbbz. Creator Clash is among several organizations that's paving the way for the synergy between boxing and YouTube creators. At their inaugural event, the main bout of the evening saw YouTubers iDubbbz and Dr. Mike square off.
And to everybody watching around the world, this match is about to explode!
While the fight itself was not particularly memorable, the circumstances surrounding it raised several eyebrows. For one, although the fight was initially scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds, at the last minute it was mysteriously changed to 5 2-minute rounds.
Dr. Mike, big right hand.
Then at the start of the second round, Dr. Mike landed a cheap shot on iDubbbz.
He's showing he comes right away. A little bit of a cheeky shot off the glove touch. I don't.
Oh, it's a little rough.
Not a big fan of stuff like that, but again, Dr. Mike maybe just in the moment.
Dr. Mike went on to claim victory by unanimous decision. Number 9, Salt Papi vs. Josh Brueckner. This YouTuber, known for his vlogs, dance videos, and more recently boxing videos, actually went head-to-head against someone who had experience in both boxing and mixed martial arts. Seeing both men stand next to one another, you'd think this was an unfavorable matchup for the former.
Looks can be deceiving, and hopefully for Salt Papi they are, because I tell you what, Josh Brueckner looks like he's going to mow right through Papi.
However, Salt Papi held his own and secured the victory with an epic left hook.
From this distance.
While not as well known as the other YouTubers on this list, the fact that he rather convincingly and in true spectacular fashion took down an experienced combatant gives him a spot on this list.
Your winner by knockout, Super Salt Papi!
Number 8, Deji Olatunji vs. FouseyTube.
Let's see if Deji has enough to beat the Wolf.
Many know that Deji Olatunji, known as Comedy Shorts Gamer, didn't have the easiest path when it came to boxing. In fact, he lost his first 3 fights. However, he never gave up hope and showed the world how far he came in his bout against fellow YouTuber FouseyTube at the KSI vs. Swarms event at the O2 Arena in London, England.
Other than KSI, this is probably the fighter they want to see win the most.
The latter talked a big game coming into the fight, but it proved meaningless as he went on to be dominated. Deji put on a clinic and won the fight by way of stoppage in the 3rd round, putting on a highlight-worthy performance.
And they're going to throw the towels in! Deji's won!
And there you have it. Deji walks away with his first win.
Become a WatchMojo channel member and get exclusive perks like Mojo emojis, loyalty badges, priority comment replies, and exclusive members-only content, including live list rankings with the Mojo staff and peeks behind the scenes. Don't miss out.
Number 7, Dean the Great vs. Waleed Sharks.
With the Great, here we go, 4 rounds from Austin, Texas.
At the Misfit and DAZN X Series 3 event, one of the marquee matches saw YouTuber Dean the Great take on TikToker Waleed Sharks. The first 2 rounds did not go great for the Great, especially in the second, which saw him get dropped twice.
These super featherweights are letting the leather fly.
Big left down, and that sends him down. Oh my God!
It seemed as though the outcome was already determined, but Dean weathered the storm. Heading into round 3, he hit Sharks with a big power shot. Sharks was slow to get up and clearly out of it, prompting the referee to stop the fight. This might go down as the biggest come-from-behind win by a YouTube boxer ever. Number 6, King Kenny vs. FaZe Sensei. Heading into the bout, it was known by many that Sensei was trained in several martial arts. Meanwhile, King Kenny only had 1 boxing fight to his name prior, the result of which caused quite some controversy and even had to be changed after a rescore. King Kenny would stir even more controversy yet again when he won this fight against Sensei by majority decision.
Therefore, your winner and the new ICB International Cruiserweight Champion, your winner by majority decision, hailing from Watford, England, King Kenny!
Many were furious and believed that Sensei won. Even Kenny's expression upon the decision being announced says it all, later stating he believed the fight was a draw. Many have gone on to claim that the fight was rigged.
Can we get a recount?
Number 5, AnEsonGib versus Austin McBroom.
Fight hard, fight clean, keep it clean, guys. Good luck.
Got nothing.
Austin McBroom most notably made a name for himself in the ring when he decimated social media star Bryce Hall. But he's also remembered for the intense bout he had with AnEsonGib. Whilst the event itself barely sold any tickets, the fighters who took part in the matchup were fairly equal in terms of strength, skill, and experience. But as the match went on, AnEsonGib was taking the fight to McBroom, who got humbled very quickly after the first knockdown.
Boy, the action is intensifying here in this third round.
And remember what Gibb said.
There goes McBroom!
It was an epic fight with AnEsonGib eventually getting the best of McBroom with this power punch.
This one's over as the seven-figure giver.
Number 4, Slim versus FaZe Temper. While both men in this entry are primarily YouTubers, they did have some boxing experience coming into the fight.
FaZe Temper is scaring me, and so is Slim, but in two completely different reasons.
I'm so excited for this.
Serving as the co-main event at KSI's versus Swarm's fight event, everyone expected Temper to win easily. Instead, the fight was fairly close, until this happened.
Oh, big shot! Temper in trouble! It's a knockout!
In the second round, Slim clipped him and after a flurry of shots, landed a haymaker that sent Temper flying. The win demonstrated why his nickname The Hitman is well merited, and why he's a name to watch among YouTubers who have forayed into the world of boxing.
What a performance by the 28-year-old from Brooklyn, New York.
Number 3, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. We could have probably put all of Jake Paul's fights on this list, but right now we're going to go with the one that truly started Jake Paul's takeover of the sport of boxing. Fighting on the same card as legends Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., you knew eyes would be tuned in for this one, and Paul made the most of the opportunity. Squaring off against former NBA player Nate Robinson, Paul took it to him and landed arguably one of the most highlight reel knockouts you'll ever see, perhaps the best of 2020. From that point on, whether you think it was for better or for worse, Paul cemented himself in the world of boxing as one of its biggest stars. Number 2, Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Logan Paul. After months of rumors, when this fight was announced, everyone was ecstatic. One of YouTube's most popular creators was going to face one of the greatest boxers ever. It almost seemed surreal. The fight itself, however, was strange, to say the least. Near the midway mark of the fight, it had become clear that Paul was fatigued and just trying to survive. Meanwhile, Mayweather looked as though he was holding back and not taking the advantage of any opportunities that were presented to him to finish the fight. The bout went the distance and no winner was announced. Nonetheless, the event proved to be quite a breakthrough in the realm of boxing in that it marked the first time that a YouTuber fights a boxer as skilled and successful as Floyd Mayweather Jr. Number 1, KSI versus Logan Paul 2.
Well, it's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. And tonight, someone will get hurt.
Arguably the two biggest YouTubers battling it out in the ring. Need we say more?
Did you do your research? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah.
After seeing the amount of attention the first fight drew and the end result, the second event was even bigger. The hype and promotion for it were surreal, with both men treating the fight as though their life depended on it.
You guys ready? KSI, Logan Paul, as they come head to head.
After 6 rounds, KSI was awarded a split decision victory. Ultimately, the bout between these two proved significant in that it showed that there is indeed an audience and interest in YouTubers and social media stars duking it out in a boxing ring.
It is game over. KSI with the split decision victory here in the City of Angels, and look what it means to him.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.